Hey guys, Steve, thumbs up. Can you hear me? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, what a great start. Literally, Wi-Fi dropped out as soon as we went live there. So, yeah, couldn't have timed that any better. As you can see, I'm not Ricky. I'm Chris from Koi Wholesale. Nice to be with you this evening. Yeah, Ricky is in Japan, as many of you will know. So I'm stepping in this evening. But don't worry, I've got a fantastic selection of fish available for you this evening. And it's a breeder that's close to my heart, a breeder that I sort of go way back with in terms of being a fan of this fish. I remember when I was younger seeing this particular breeder, Hiroi, on pictures, magazines, and just thought, wow, you know, I've got to go and see this breeder. And, you know, probably about 17, 18 years ago, my first trip to Japan, I went to go and see the fish house, and yeah, I was just, yeah, overwhelmed straight away. I mean, the quality on show at this breeder is just, yeah, immense. I really don't recall seeing a bad fish at this farm. Many of you will be familiar with the farm. Many of you would have seen his fish, you know, in the magazines, at the koi shows, and yeah, just a great breeder, and a breeder that literally to this day he's up there in terms of value, quality, and getting fish for reasonable money. I think if you're looking at his Nisai and older, not being a huge farm, you are going to pay for his fish, but certainly with what we're offering this evening, yeah, I feel like there's real value to be had. Lots of qualities in his fish, or in their fish, the two brothers' fish, that will stand you in good stead. So, yeah, in that sense, for those of you that aren't familiar with myself, Chris, I help out with the operations a lot, Koi Wholesale, also co-owner and editor of Koi Talk magazine. So I'm here at the office in town tonight. And yeah, I'll be taking you through this evening's auction. Hopefully, we won't have any more mishaps. If we do, bear with me, because I am pretty useless with computers. So yeah, Steve's in the background. Hopefully, everything will go a bit smoothly from now on. So just a few things to point out to everyone before we get going. Obviously, the bids, it's a live system. We're going to, hopefully we don't experience any lagging issues this evening, but if we do, please just bear with me. I will call the fish as they're ending, and we will honour the price that's listed on the screen. If any bids come in after that point because of lagging issues, apologies, but yeah, we've got to call it upon something. The other thing is to make a note of, if you haven't already, check out the dealers list that you can select to put the transaction through and ship the fish through. Multiple dealers around the country that you can utilize and tap into. And the last thing is just keep in mind the terms and conditions when you place a bid. If you are a winning bid, please get in touch with myself, Chris, at koi-wholesale.co.uk. Send me the details, your preferred dealer, and don't forget that each bid or each winning bid is subject to a 10% commission or handling fee for the dealer, and also VAT after that. So yeah, with that in mind, let's get started. So the first fish that we have up, one variety that this breeder is famed for, Deutsche Sankey in general. Not just Deutsche Sankey, Deutsche Sankey in general, but particularly Deutsche Sankey is one of the real strong points. So we're going to start this fish at a very low bid. Yeah, just a £50 starting bid, 27 cm. Yeah, if anyone wants to kick off, let's get those bids going. So anyone, 50 quid starting bid. We'll go up in increments of £5 on this fish. It's an interesting fish in terms of sumi development. We've still got lots to happen on this fish. You'll notice in the fins, we've got what we call a tajima forming on one side. Matt Thornton straight in with £80. Thank you, Matt. Surrey Koi straight in with £100. Thank you. Even at £100, pretty good value this fish. So as I was saying, sumi wise, this fish, I think even in a short period of time, probably 6, maybe even 9 months, you're going to see a bit of transformation. That flowery Benny pattern, £120. Thanks, Matt. Any advance on £120? Remember, £5 increments we're going up in. So yeah, the sumi form is going to solidify and sat on the white skin, or what we call, or what a lot of you will know as subo sumi. Will really strengthen and balance the fish out nicely. New bid in there from Jeff Burt, £125. So we're looking for £130 to take it. We'll put the video on there. So video wise, slightly frustrating this week. We had a real difficult time with the lighting this week, getting the right lighting, and some of the videos are not 100% clear. So yeah, apologies for that. But I think between the pictures and the video, you'll get a pretty good idea of the quality of the fish. So we're currently sat at £130 with Matt Thornton. Got any advances of 130? I think even at that price, it's yeah, a bit of a bargain. The one thing that I like about these fish is often from this farm, Hiroi, you'll get toe size sort of up to 20, 21 cm. And Nisai, obviously sort of 35, 40 and upwards. But this in between size is few and far between. So it's a nice size in terms of developing the fish moving forward without sort of running away price-wise too much. So any advances on Matt's bid of £130? Let's get the video going one more time. Jeff's back in with 135. Thank you, Jeff. Get that video rolling once again. Super skin quality. I mean, the only thing that we're waiting here really is for the sumi to solidify. And like I say, that's going to transform the fish. Moving forward, in terms of that head whitening out, I don't see any issues with that. Obviously, these fish have been growing, and it does take away the brightness of the white on the head when they're on a bit of colour food. Matt Thornton back in with £140. Still, yeah, in my opinion, way below retail price. But this is auctions for you guys. This is we let you guys dictate the price, and I think at £140, that's pretty good going. That is. In terms of future development, body wise, it's a solidly built fish, no deviation on the body line. So for a Deutsche fish, I don't really see it being held back in terms of achieving a decent size for Deutsche fish, relatively speaking. So yeah, all in all, a really nice fish. I'm going to start to play the video one more time, and then we'll be looking to wrap this one up. So we've got currently sat at £140 with Matt Thornton. Terry, thank you, £150. So if you've got any bids that you're thinking of placing, I'm going to play the video one final time, and then I'll be looking to wrap it up after that, guys. Okay, so let's just play the video one more time. There we go. Super clean fish, and I think it's one that age is going to be its friend, especially when this sumi starts to progress and solidify. I mean, about 3 months ago, Matt's in 155, so we're looking for 160 to take it. Again, bid increments of £5 So when the video finishes, I'm going to be looking to wrap this up unless anyone comes in. So currently we are sat at £155 with Matt Thornton. Hopefully there's not too much lagging on this video stream at the moment. So any advances on 155 for this Deutsche Sankey from Hiroi. So I'm going to start looking to wrap this one up. Just slowing down slightly just to see if there's any lagging issues. So, okay, sat with Matt Thornton at £155. Going once, going twice. Sold to Matt Thornton. There you go, Matt. Cracking fish there. Yeah, fish that I do rate, and I think time will be its friend there without a doubt. So we got through the first one, not too bad. Hopefully that wasn't too painful for everyone. Thanks for everyone that got involved there. We're going to move on to the second fish now. Deutsche Shiro. Probably not a fish that people get a lot of access to be honest with you. And Hiroi Farm is one of the varieties that you will find. Sorry, I'm not sure on that one. So yeah, so I was just reading a comment there. I'm just adjusting to getting to know the format of this setup. So yeah, Deutsche Shiro, not a variety that you'll have a huge amount of choice from. This particular breeder is one of the few breeders that you can readily see them. Typical, like normal Shiro, Wagoi Shiro Utsuri, often you'll find that the sumi will start to strengthen with age. It's still a very young fish. And a nice size as well. So you've got those nice bars of sumi coming up from the side. So yeah, one of our better quality examples with a bit of potential moving forward. So we're going to look to start this fish at £100. So if anyone wants to get us started with this at £100, please let us know. Often you'll find with Deutsche Shiros, you'll have a little bit of yellowing on the head when they're younger. Nothing to worry about. This is just where sumi is progressing on the fish. Naturally, when sumi starts to develop on a fish, it tends to take away from the white pigment a little bit. And being a younger fish, it just takes a bit of time for that pigment to solidify. So let me just play the video for you. So probably the video gives you a clearer idea of this fish. And we're going to start this at £100. So if anyone is interested, looks like there might be a bit of a bargain to be had as things stand. Okay. Oh, Jim, how you doing, buddy? Old customer of mine, great guy, Jim. Had many conversations over the years. Thanks for getting involved, buddy. Hope you're all well. So yeah, straight in with 125. Let's have a look. Get that video playing again. So again, probably not a variety. Shirley in with 130 quid. Thank you, Shirley. For me, yeah, classic Utsuri style pattern. A lot of people prefer the heavier style sumi, but this is quite akin to the type of Utsuri style pattern that a lot of people are looking for these days. 140 from Jim. Any advance on 140? I actually think probably as this fish develops, it's going to be a bit show style pattern wise. 145 from Shirley. And I think once that head starts to clear up, Anne Jackson in with 160. Thank you, Anne. So we're looking for 165 next. 165 quid. I think in terms of, if you look at Nisai from this farm of Deutsche Shiro of any particular quality, then they can really start to ramp up price-wise. So yeah, old James in, Jim, 170 quid. They can really start to ramp up. So again, with a lot of these fish, it's about seeing the future and the potential of the fish. I think once you can see past that head as it is currently. Shirley, I'm out. No problem, Shirley. Thank you for your efforts thus far. Sat with Jim at the moment, 170. Play that one more time. Nice balance. Motoguru in the fins. Probably consolidate and solidify a little bit more moving forward as well. Yeah, just my type of Utsuri style pattern. Plenty of white ground to be seen there. Great skin. So we're sat at the moment at 170 pounds with James Rogers. We'll look to wrap this one up shortly. Hopefully there's not too many lagging issues. Sort of looking at Steve in the bottom corner there. I think we're not doing too bad thus far, hopefully. So we're currently sat at 170 pounds. Deutsche Shiro Utsuri from Hiroi. So we're going to look to wrap this up. So if you're interested, then please don't leave it right. Oh, Shirley. Yeah, fair enough. Shirley's certainly seeing potential in it. So yeah, Jim, back to you, buddy. We're at 175 pounds. Any advance on 175 pounds? I'm just going to slow down a little bit just in case there is a tad of a lapse. So everyone's got a fair crack at it. Again, we are, oh, yeah, Jim back in with 180. So not sure if you still change your mind, Shirley, but yeah, if you're interested, we're looking for 185 to advance on this one. So it's not, this is, new to me. I'm a bit of a technophobe, so hopefully I'm doing everyone a bit of justice. Okay, so it looks like we have got a successful bid unless anyone comes in at the very last minute. So it's currently sat with Jim, 180 pounds. We're going to start to look to call this, guys. Go in once, go in twice. Sold to Jim Rogers. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, thanks for your support. Great little fish there, I think, buddy. So yeah, thank you for that. Let's have a look what we got next. We've got quite a lot of fish to get through tonight. One of the varieties that this breeder is very famed for, Goshiki, famous Hiroi Goshiki line. Super. Yeah, that's oh, hey Rick, Dan, how we doing? Yeah, Goshiki. Wow, what can I say about the Goshiki line from Hiroi? Straight away, Douglas in at £100. I thought this one might get some interest. Kuro style Goshiki, so we can expect the background of the fish to go quite dark, and you literally get this luminescent style Benny. Surrey Koi seeing some value in this fish, in at £150. So currently sat at £150. Have we got anyone for 155? Douglas back with 175. So yeah, as I was saying about the fish, you're going to get this dark background, and the Benny style on Hiroi Goshiki, it really does have this sort of luminous property to it. Fish, the variety that a lot of people are very got a soft spot for, but particularly from this farm. Going to play the video as well. So we're currently sat at £175. If we've got any advancements, 175. We're looking £5 bid increments. So yeah, not all fish behave in the bowl. This was one fish that took multiple videos to try and get it to actually do anything that looks like a normal swimming pattern. But yeah, you can see there on the video just that sort of glowing Benny. It really is a fantastic attribute from Hiroi Goshiki. So we're currently sat at 175. Again, another thing that is quite unique to Koi Wholesale, or the fish that we're able to deliver. Ian Reed in at 180, thank you. We're looking for 185. Philip Dyke in at 200. So we're looking for 205 right now. Anyone with 205. So as I was saying, this sort of size range that we're able to achieve. So they're fish that, most of these fish that are up tonight, to be honest with you, most years we'd be looking to grow these to larger nissi. But such has been the popularity of these events that we want to offer plenty of options, plenty of price points, and try and make things, or particularly the quality, as attainable as possible for everyone. Hopefully we are doing that. So we're currently sat with Phil Dyke at £200. Any advancement on £200? I think that's, yeah, that sounded like Rick. I think that's a pretty damn good price as things stand for a fish of this quality. Again, I'll play the video there. Real luminous Benny. Oh, Justin, how we doing, buddy? In at 205. Anyone with 210? Again, the real standout feature as things stand is that luminous Benny style, and that contrast becomes even more enhanced when that background sumi starts to come through. You see the detail of the robing on the fish in the picture far better than you can in the video there as well. So yeah, great little piece, and yeah, a type of fish that if you see this type of fish in probably a year's time, yeah, there'll be a few people kicking themselves, I think. So we're currently sat at 205. We're looking for 210. Anyone got 210 for us to advance on this? Play the video one more time, and then we'll look to wrap it up. With a bit of luck, everyone is up to date. Phil Dyke, 210. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I think even at that price, it's an absolute steal. Any advance on 210 to looking for 215 to move things forward with this one. I'm going to start looking to call this shortly. Just need to keep in mind that if you're sort of a last minute bidder, I'm going to call what I see on the screen. So I'm going to slow things down a little bit. Hopefully if there's any delay, people will be able to catch up. So we're currently sat with Phil Dyke at £210. And I'm going to start looking to call this in just a few moments. So it's just getting a few messages just saying there might be a tad delay. Hopefully nothing too major. Just play that video one more time. Hiroi Goshiki, 27 cm. Yeah, what's not to like about it? Super prospect, and yeah, quirky little pattern to boot as well. So yeah, all in all, great little fish, and I think one that time will just serve this fish well. So we're just coming in towards the end of the video now, and then I'm going to look to start calling this. So we're currently sat at £210 with Phil Dyke. So we're going to go once, go twice. Sold to Phil Dyke for £210. Thank you, Phil. I think you've got a great fish there. I really do. So yeah, thank you very much. Right, on to the next fish. Oh yeah, a variety that for me, Ginrin Kohaku, super little fish, probably a bit underestimated with a lot of hobbyists. But for me, I've got a real soft spot for them. Hiroi again, fantastic breeder when it comes to this variety, and yeah, the gin style or the gin rin that the farm is able to produce with both the Goshiki, Showa, and Kohaku line is it's exceptional. It's got longevity in it, and yeah, all in all, yeah, a really tidy little fish. Long face there as well. So yeah, in terms of prospects moving forward, I think you're going to get. Oh, we're racking up the bids there. We're up to 120 quid. So I've just seen that pop up on the screen. Apologies for not letting everyone know. So we're sat at 120 pounds with Surrey koi currently. So yeah, if we look at the fish, Richards, we're in at 130. So we're looking at 135. I think as this fish gets bigger, the white ground in terms of this, increasing the space in between the steps. Ian, we're in at 150. Oh, nice to see that we've got some Rin Kohaku fans in the building tonight. Certainly a fish that I really love. Oh, one of my biggest fans. Hey Tracy, how are we doing? Yeah, it's sat at 150 pounds. We got any advancements on 150 pounds? Yeah, great little fish. And as I was saying, as the fish gets a bit bigger, that white ground that sits in between the dams, the steps of Benny, is just going to increase and give that extra dimension to the fish. And Jackson sat at 160 pounds. Let's play the video. I've not played the video yet. Let's see if we could get a bit more detail from this fish. Apologies for that sound in the background. I'm sat opposite the local fire station, so yeah, there tends to be a habit of the fire engines heading out and about. So yeah, cracking little fish. Shiroji wise, absolutely perfect. It really is snowy white, coupled with that deep Benny style and that super Ginrin. I really like the face on this fish, I must admit. It's got sort of length and structure to it. And I think, yeah, it's a good prospect moving forward. So we're currently sat at 160 pounds of Ann Jackson. Absolute steal at the moment. So any advances on 160 pounds? Again, super little fish. I think when I was back in the day, when I first started sort of getting a bit of appreciation for Ginrin fish, Ginrin Kohaku were always my sort of go-to fish. Now I've got a soft spot for many Ginrin varieties, but I always have a soft spot for Ginrin Kohaku. Richard Code, 165, another person seeing value in this fish. So 165 we're sat at the moment. Any advances on 165 pounds? I think in terms of growth potential, all Anne's back in at 170. Any advancements on 170? We've got the master, Alan Tate there. Excellent Shiroji, interesting pattern, good size heads. Yeah, I would echo that as well, Alan. Yeah, and he should know a thing or two. So yeah. We're sat with Ann Jackson currently at 170 pounds. Yeah, real quality little piece there. And I think, yeah, if no one comes in after this point, then I think you've got yourself a cracking fish there, Anne. Real quality little piece. Oh, Richard's back in, 175. Thank you, Richard. Let's just play the video one more time. Again, yeah, I guess probably going back to Alan's comments there, it's a glowing little fish. yeah, everything about it, super clean fish. And Jackson back in at 180 pounds. Super clean example. Yeah, nice flowery pattern. Sometimes the Ginring can sort of take away from the intensity of the colour sometimes, just with its reflective nature, but the consistency of the belly throughout that fish is excellent. It really is, and a lot of characteristics that I like in this variety. So I think we've spoken quite a bit about this fish now. So Richard, I'm out. Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. We're sat at 180 pounds as things stand. So I'm going to look to call it. So with Anne Jackson, 180 pounds. We're going once. 180 pounds of Anne Jackson, going twice. Sold to Anne Jackson for 180 pounds. Well done, Anne. I think you grabbed yourself a great little fish there. Yeah, I think had that been sort of Ginring Goshiki, for example, there would have been a real dogfight for it. But yeah, as things are, I think you've picked up a great little fish there. So congratulations. So on with the next one, guys. Wow. Well, you don't see many of these. Deutsche Bekko. Yeah, what can I say? They're just, if you're after one, you just don't find many of them. Simple as. Simple as. You know, love them or hate them. Yeah, they're a fish that if you get the right example, that yeah, they're a super investment. With this farm, you can pretty much put your house on Sumi development. So in terms of when I look at this fish, don't get too caught up with the colour on the head. Surrey Koi straight in with 150 pounds there. Someone's seeing real potential in this fish. 155 to take things forward. So as I said time before, these fish are, you know, have recently been grown, and when you're stretching and growing young fish, you'll often take away the intensity of the white pigment on the head. Douglas curl in with 175 pounds there. So we're looking for 180 to move this forward. One variety that you just, yeah, if you try shopping around for them, they are few and far between. You certainly won't find many of them. You can just see as looking at the picture on the left-hand fin, slight touch of Tajima coming through on the fin. So this is indicative. I like to see it just forming freely in the fin. For me, it's always a good indication of the Sumi quality or the potential Sumi quality when moving forward. Nice structure to the fish. For Deutsche fish, sometimes this is something that can let them down. But yeah, I see no issues with the structure of this fish. Nice length to the fish, no deviation on the body line. Nicely performed and displayed fins. And again, envisage this fish when the head starts to whiten. If we can improve that transition from the head to the body, then we're looking at a real tidy fish moving forward. So we're sat at 175 at the moment with Douglas. Let's just move on to the video. You can grab a better look at that. I think that's probably a bit more indicative of the glowiness of the skin. Always nice to see a bit more detail on a video. And there you can just see that Sumi quality as well. So once that solidifies, it starts to block up a little bit more. That white on the head starts to come through, then yeah, I think we're looking at a real tidy little fish. So we're sat at 175 pounds with Douglas curl currently. Yeah, for me, I think that's an absolute steal. That's a cracking piece for that sort of price. And yeah, I don't think you'll find too many this size of this caliber in the UK right now. So let's play the video one more time. I know we only had a few people in for this one. It's a bit of a variety that polarizes people. I think when I speak to a lot of hobbyists, it's a real Marmite fish, Bekko in general. But yeah, when you get a good one, you just can't deny it. And I think, yeah, you're looking at a good one right here. Again, if people have got any concerns about the color of that head, again, those of you who've got experience with this variety. And Jackson in, £180. So we're looking for 185 to move this one forward. Funny enough, probably not a variety that's on top of a lot of people's lists, but yeah, like I say, when you see a good one, you really can't deny them. So we're sat at £180 currently. Let's have a look. There we go, Martin. Cheap fish at that money. Fab looking fish. Sat at £180. We'll play the video one more time. Hopefully everyone's up to date. Super, super little fish. So there we go. We're going to look to wrap this up once this video is finished. So we're currently sat at £180. Anyone got 185 for me? I think that's an absolute bargain at that price. Oh, Megan Thornton in at 185. Maiden bid. £185. Thank you, Megan. So we're just going to give people a little bit of time just in case there's a bit of a lag or a bit of a delay. Anyone with 190? So we're looking for 190 to move this one forward. One last time. So we're looking for 190 to take it away from Megan. Again, I still think that's a cracking buy at that price. So once the video finishes, I'm going to be looking to wrap this one up. So if you are interested, try not to do anything too last minute. So there we go. We're going at 185. We're looking for 190 to move this one forward. And Jackson back in with 190. Yeah, I think that's worth every penny personally. So we're in at 190. Anyone with 195 to take it off. Megan back in with 195. So, and we're looking for 200 if you're still involved. And we'll start looking to call this one. So we are currently sat at 195 with Megan. Super Deutsche Bekko from Shiro. So I'm going to start to look to call this one. So Anne, hopefully we're up to date with you. I'll start to call this one. So 195 with Megan Thornton. Cracking little fish. So we are going once, going twice. Sold to Megan Thornton. Yeah, cracking fish. Thank you, Megan. Yeah, great fish. And yeah, be sure to send us your details and which preferred dealer you want to put the fish through. So yeah, we move on, guys. Thanks for your support tonight. I see we've got some great viewing figures again. It's much appreciated. Obviously, I know most of you are used to dealing with Ricky, but hopefully I'm doing things justice. So up again, another little Rin Kohaku. This one, oh yeah, there we go. Maybe Megan, if you're on the show scene, Alan's got a soft spot for that one already. So yeah, LA004F, Richard straight in with £50. Again, all the characteristics that we explored with the previous Rin Kohaku, just a far more simplified pattern structure to this fish. Nice body line, yeah, no deviation on that. A nice pattern quality of a dome at the back of the fish. as this fish gets bigger, that white patch at the back, or adome that we call it, is just going to add mass to that area. So we're currently with Surrey koi at 120 pounds. Someone's seeing value in this fish. And again, with most sort of heavy Dan style fish like this, size is going to be its friend. Simple style pattern. Yeah, sometimes simplicity helps the display the quality of the fish. Intricate patterns aren't for everyone. Simple two-step pattern. Let's have a look at the video here. Slightly out of focus there, so apologies for that, guys. Part Kuchibeni on the mouth there, just that little characteristic on the lips, that little red on the lips. Super clean fish again, real thick, deep benny for a young fish. Yeah, quite indicative of Hiroi, Ginrin, Go Sankey in general. Yeah, Ginrin style again from this particular breeder, lots of longevity. Ginrin can have a habit of sort of falling by the side, but I can speak from experience with Hiroi fish. It's something that is pretty stable, and as the fish grows, providing you don't do anything crazy in terms of stretching the pigment on the fish, then yeah, good investment. So we're currently sat at 120 pounds with Surrey koi. Yeah, I think that's yeah, an absolute bargain at that price. I think you would struggle to find two-step Ginrin Kohaku of that sort of standard around the UK. So yeah, super clean fish. Lee's in at 130 quid. Thank you, Lee. Nice fish. I think even at 130 quid, someone's going to be grabbing a bargain there. Nice, simple pattern. Oh, okay, we've got a bit more interest now. Perhaps there's a bit of a delay going on there. So we're up to 140 pounds with Dale OG. See a Ginrin fish in your profile picture there, so no doubt you are a Ginrin fan. Yeah, simple structured fish. Yeah, sometimes less is more, I think, on fish like this. Always nice to see the pattern sat between the eyes like that. And as the fish gets bigger, it's just going to lend itself to that characteristic with the Kuchibeni on the fish, on the lip of the fish. Lawbreaker up to 150. So anyone with an advancement of 155 for this fish. Again, nice sort of size. Sometimes, you know, there are the fish, once they move up in sort of 35, 40, 45 cm from this farm, yeah, they can really start to get carried away price-wise. So, yeah, we're always really excited to offer this kind of price point on entry level on fish of this quality. At this sort of size. It's not a size that you often see from this farm. Let's get the video rolling again. There we go. Super clean fish. Simple pattern. Yeah, executed really nicely. I think in terms of improving the Shiroji, there just is no improvement. It's super bright, super white. And yeah, classic example from this breeder. Fish that, a farm that, yeah, I don't think I could talk enough about or buy enough fish from him. So yeah, we are going to look to wrap this one up. So we're currently sat at 150 quid. Any advancements on 150? So I'm going to start to look to call this one. If anyone has got any last minute bids, then please don't leave it till the last second. So we're currently sat with Lawbreaker at 150 pounds. Oh, Dale OG back in. Got a thing for Ginrin by the looks of things. So we're sat at 155. So Lawbreaker, if you're interested, we're going to be looking at 160 pounds to advance on this fish. Has anyone got £160 for me? Play that video one final time. Then I will be looking to call this one. Okay, guys. So £155. Rin Kohaku 26 cm from Hiroi. Super, super clean fish. And as the fish gets bigger, you'll notice that that lateral pattern will become a little bit more apparent as the body increases in volume, and that's going to increase that sort of intricacy of the pattern that you see, that particularly on the left-hand side as we look at the fish, that white patch just next to the pectoral fin will come a bit more apparent as the body mass increases. So we're currently sat at £155. Yeah, that's a steal. 155. Anyone going to advance on that? £160. We're looking forward to move this one forward. So I'm going to start to look to wrap this one up. We're currently sat with Dale OG for £155. We are going once, going twice. Sold to Dale OG for £155. Yeah, that's an absolute bargain, that is. Well done, buddy. Nice to see people appreciating the old Ginrin. So what have we got up next, guys? Let's have a look. Probably one of the more well-known varieties from this breeder, along with Goshiki, Deutsche Showa. When I used to run the shop, Deutsche Showa was like, yeah, super, super hard to get hold of. Fortunately, breeders like Hiroi seem to breed them with a bit of ease. But good ones, hard to get hold of. So got a pretty low starting bid on this fish at £50, 31 cm. So yeah, decent sized fish. Anyone going to get me started with £50? Surrey Koi straight in there with 120. Justin in with 150. So it looks like we might have a bit of a battle on our hands here, guys. Yeah, what can I say about this fish? I think the Sumi is going to be the star of the show. And you can see from the centre of the fish, ANC Koi, we're up to 240 on that one. You can see from the centre of the fish, the Sumi style or the Sumi quality that's going to come out on the fish. You can see it forming on the head. You can see it forming right on that face there. So this is just a fish that's boiling under the surface, just waiting for those Sumi qualities to come through, and that's really going to transform this fish. As we say so often with Showa. Yeah, this fish was really well behaved in the bowl as well, but hopefully the qualities still stand out in the video. Again, you can see Motoguru in both fins. It's a bit more apparent in one of the fins, but that's likely to consolidate moving forward. A little bit of Kuchibeni on the lip as well, just adds to that sort of, yeah, their character, which it's not everything, but it's nice to see. I know a lot of people got a soft spot for Kuchibeni style fish. So yeah, again, towards the back of the tail, when that Sumi solidifies, we're going to have a really nice sort of stepped balance of black, red, black, red, black, with the white on the tail, white fins. So yeah, very harmonious fish. And again, when you see the lateral side of the fish where those white patches are, as the fish gets bigger, they're going to become a bit more apparent as well. So yeah, super, super fish. It was 140. Right. Chris Hutton's come in with 160. So looks like we had a bit of a slip there. So yeah, ANC Koi had a bit of a fat finger moment. So let's go with the current bid on screen. So the top bid currently is 160. I think, yeah, at that sort of price, that's an absolute snip. Play that video one more time. We say it a lot with Showa. I mean, Sumi will really transform the fish, and yeah, you can just see it sat underneath the skin of this fish. And if you've got that sort of mindset where you can envisage that deep sort of lacquered style sumi sat across the rest of the fish. That's the sort of image that I've got in my head, and that's why this sort of fish poses quite a lot of potential. Ian Reid, a couple of bids come in there quite fast, one after the other. We're currently at 175. So any advancements on 175? 175 from Ian Reid. 31 cm, so in terms of growth compared to its siblings, for a Deutsche fish, it's actually done quite well. Got characteristics that are sort of, you know, conducive with growing to a decent size. Firstly, it's quite bigger than its siblings, decent size head, a little bit young. I did try and sex this fish, but it would have been more of a suspected sex at this point, hence why I've left them as unsexed. Nothing worse than sort of being told it's female only to find out it's male, but I think even gender regardless, 175 is still a pretty banging price for a fish of that quality. Let's just have a look at the video one more time. Again, appreciate everyone who's sticking with me tonight. Yeah, I'm sort of new to this side of things, so hopefully I'm doing everyone justice. I'm one of those people that absolutely detests the sound of his own voice, so hopefully I'm not boring everyone to death. So yeah, hopefully everyone's enjoying the fish that we've got on display tonight. So we're currently sat with Ian Reid at 175 pounds. Yeah, I think that's an absolute snip. Real quality little piece there. And I think unless there's any more interest, we're going to start to look to wrap this one up, guys. 175 pounds. I think that is, yeah, a cracking little buy. So let's start rounding this one up. So 175 quid. That's a good point, Richard. Yeah, Richard's just made a good point there. Right, Jim Bob in 180 pounds. So any advancements from Jim Bob's bid of 180 pounds? Yeah, as much as I love you all, yeah, I'm not sure if I sort of want to do a good job, but not too good a job. Yeah, because I don't want to be landed with this week in, week out. So we're sat at 180 pounds with Jim Bob. Keen angler by the looks of things from his profile picture. 180 pounds. Have we got any advancements? We're looking for 185. And I will be looking to call this in the next sort of 20 seconds, guys. So, oh, David Knowles in there with £185 bid. And what looks like an Issa Showa in the picture as well. Cracking fish that is from memory. Issa Showa with, yeah, real Issa characteristics. But let's not get away from this fish. Sorry, guys, I digress a little bit. We are looking at 185 with David Knowles, 185 pounds. Any advancements on 185 pounds? I see Ian Reid, you also bid 185 pounds there, just after David bid. So we're currently sat at 185 pounds. Hopefully we've not got too much lagging going on. So Ian or Jim, are we interested in advancing on 185 pounds? So I'm going to look to wrap this up. Any advancements on 185 pounds? So currently sat at 185 pounds with David Knowles, and we are going once, going twice. Sold to David Knowles. Yeah, great little fish there, buddy. Thank you for the support, and yeah, hopefully everyone is up to date at the moment. So yeah, we have a few more Deutsche Showa coming up, so if you missed out on that one, fear not. Next up, yeah, again, Deutsche Shiro, yeah, skin, sumi, yeah, just a quality fish. This is, if you've got the ability to envisage sumi production, yeah, you're going to end up with a pretty wild fish here. Super balance on the fish, sumi style. You need to trust me on this. If you're on the fence about it, this is going to be a bit of a gem, this one, moving forward. It's a little rocket of a fish. So straight away we're in with a bid there, £100, £160. This type of Deutsche Shiro, I've seen it from this farm time and time and time again. When you see the higher quality examples of Nisai, Sansai and older, this is the sort of style that they often look like as Tosai. They're not the type of fish that the sumi is there from day one. It can be a little bit of a slow burner, but trust me, quality is there. Skin quality is superb. Douglas in at 165. Lawbreaker in at 180. Let's just get the video playing. There we go. Again, you can see the sumi just sat underneath the head, slightly out of focus, that video, so apologies for that. There we go. That's probably a better shot of it. Once that sumi forms on the head, which it will, the motoguru and the fin starts to solidify. The rest of the sumi starts to build and strengthen. The contrast between that shiroji on the skin, you're just going to have the full package there. It is a super fish. It really is the type of fish that, yeah, gets me a bit excited, to be honest with you. So we're at 185 now with Snooky 147. So we're sat at 185. But I think in terms of potential and how I've seen Deutsche Shiro develop from this farm, yeah, that's a cracking fish. So we've just got a comment there from Douglas Curl. Looks like we might have a little bit of lag in, which is unfortunate. Certainly when we're live and I'm new to this, hopefully things will start to catch up. So I'll slow things down a little bit just to try and make it fair to everyone. Let's play that video again. There we are, super fish. Sumi style, yeah, you will get this inky, sort of glossy black, painted, lacquered style sumi forming. Again, notice with all young fish, when sumi is developing, often the pigment on the head will not be quite as white. It's nothing to be concerned about. It's just where sumi is amassing in the fish, and it takes a bit of attention away from the pigment on the head. You can see just between the eyes towards the back of the shoulder, you've got sumi sat all underneath that face. It's just sat there waiting to come through. Again, on the shoulder of the fish, still sumi to come through, and I expect that motoguru on the fins to solidify as well. So, yeah, all in all, for me, it's, yeah, a cracking fish with a lot of potential. Probably one that will be underrated by a lot of people. But yeah, for me, it's a super fish with quite a lot of potential. And again, like I say, if you see the Nisai examples and Sansai examples, yeah, you'll be blown away. Nice body line as well, I must admit. One thing that we're quite hot on is, yeah, trying not to select fish with a typical rugby ball sort of Deutsch dumpy style body. Really nice body line on this fish. Something that is important to any fish, but particularly with Deutsch fish, so they, you know, they don't lose that length. So hopefully people are catching up. I'm just sort of looking at Steve in the bottom corner. How are we doing, Steve? Yeah, we're not doing too bad. Okay, that's good. I'll play the video one more time. I think £185, fair play, Snooky 147. That's, you're going to end up with a heck of a fish there. You really are. For me, that's probably one of the underestimated fish of the night. Yeah, super fish. and I think one that you'll be extremely happy with if you manage to bag it for 185, buddy. Cracking fish. Ian Reed, we're up at 190. So any advancements on 190? Hopefully we're sort of up to date a little bit more now. 190. So we're looking for 195 to move things forward. Super fish. Feel like I'm going over the same ground because when I like a fish, yeah, I can't stop myself. But in terms of progressing, moving forward with this fish, I'd love to see it in a year's time. So whoever is the successful bidder of this fish, please stay in touch. And yeah, no doubt you'll be extremely happy with this fish. So £190, absolute bargain. There we are, Snooky 147. Looks like he's coming in over from YouTube, so hopefully we're sort of there or thereabouts. £195 with Snooky 147. So we're looking for 200. Ian, I can see you're on YouTube as well, so hopefully we're all in sync. Any advancements on 195, Ian? We're looking for 200, or anyone else if they fancy a pump. I'm going to play the video one more time, and then I'll be looking to wrap this one up, guys, okay? Sounds obvious, but yeah, Shiro Utsuri, or koi in general, but particularly Shiro Utsuri, is all about the contrast, white and black. And believe me, when this fish starts to finalize, it's going to be a little weapon. So yeah, super fish. I think I've spoken about it enough now. I think you'll get the idea that I really like the fish. And I think at £195, it's an absolute steal. So we're going to start to wrap this one up. Snooky 147, £195. Any advances on 195? Looking for £200. So we are going to call this one, guys. So any last minute bids, please get involved. Hopefully we are all up to date. So £195, Snooky 147 for this banging Deutsche Shiro Utsuri from Hiroi. We are going once, going twice. Sold to Snooky 147. Super fish, buddy. Super fish. Really pleased that someone's seen some value in that fish. So fair play. And yeah, please stay in touch with that one moving forward. So we are moving to a fish now. Yeah, look at that. Super fish. This is, for me, what, yeah, this farm's all about. Mega Deutsche Showa. Type of fish that when we selected it, I'm looking at that fish thinking, yeah, we're growing that to Nisai because I know what the value of this fish will be like in 6 to 9 months' time. And Christopher Hutton jumped in there. We're looking for a starting bid of 200 there, buddy. So, yeah, sorry, Koi, straight in there with 300. Fair play. Someone seeing value in that fish. Yeah, what can I say about this fish? I probably said it about Showa quite a bit, but that is going to absolutely transform that fish. You can see it winding through the fish. It's just an epic little fish. Let's get the video playing. And like I say, when we're looking to grow and develop fish, this is right up there. When we decided to release it, yeah, I was quite surprised, to be honest with you, because it's got attributes that I look at that, yeah, I want to see in the fish that I'm growing. I'm just looking for the video. Might be out of luck by the looks of things. So apologies for this. Ah, there we go. Got it there. yeah, just look at that. Pigment on it is absolutely outrageous. Snowy white, deep benny, and then a super sumi formation. Yeah, what's not to like? Absolute epic little fish. And again, like I say, if you've been fortunate enough to have seen fish from this farm, particularly Deutsche Showa from this farm, you'll know exactly the characteristics that I'm referring to. It really is a super little fish. So we're sat at 300 quid at the moment. I think that bid has sort of blown everyone out the water a little bit, but I still think there's value in this fish at 300 quid. Like I say, I'm looking at that fish as Nisai, and yeah, you're not getting it for anywhere near 300 quid. So currently sat at £300 with Surrey koi. Yeah, mega little fish, and just goes to show that you know, you can have quality even in smaller size fish. So any advancement on £300? See if we can pull. Oh, wrong video. Apologies. There we go. Feel like I keep saying it, but the sumi formation is really going to transform this fish. Super skin quality, great body line. Just for me, yeah, a really nice example for Deutsche Showa from one of the Deutsche Showa breeders in Japan. Super fish. So let's have a look. I think Surrey koi looks like, although we've got a lot of people feeling love for this fish, it looks like you're out on your own with this one. I still think 300 quid, if you walk into Hiroi Koi Farm, you are not picking this fish up for that price, not a chance. So I think, yeah, fair play for sticking your neck out and going for this one. So yeah, if there's no one else involved, hopefully we're not lagging too much. I've not seen too many comments, and sort of just glancing at Steve in the bottom corner there. Oh, Phil Norton in there with £310. So back to Surrey koi or Christopher Hutton, a few people that started off for this one. So hopefully we're all up to date. Be looking advancements. Any bids? 315 to move this one forward. Play that video one final time, guys, and then we'll look to wrap this one up. Yeah, absolute little gem. The more I look at it, the more I sort of think that yeah, we should have kept it in the growing ponds, but someone's going to have a cracking little fish there. Yeah, really, I've got a soft spot for that fish. So we're sat at the moment, Phil Norton, £310. Any advancements on £310? Great fish. Great fish. Probably running out of superlatives tonight. It's quite difficult to keep describing nice fish, other than saying great fish, nice fish. But yeah, if they are, they are. So it's currently sat with Phil Norton at £310. Yeah, cracking little fish. And we'll start looking to wrap this one up, guys. So we're currently sat with Phil Norton at £310. So we are going to go once. We go in twice. We are sold to Phil Norton. Cracking little fish, Phil. Yeah, really pleased for you on that one. You bagged yourself another great fish, buddy. So thank you very much for that. Next fish. Oh yeah, this one's a little bit of a ninja. Yeah, been watching this little fish develop, and it's a variety that, yeah, both Rick and myself have got a bit of a soft spot for. Yeah, give Rin Showa, Hero, absolute classic. One of his specialities, it really is. He produces some fantastic Rin Showa. So a starting bid of £100, Lawbreaker in straight away of £120. A&C Koi in at 125. There's a few coming in here. Right, Christopher Hutton, 155. Yeah, for me, once that sumi starts to solidify, yeah, little koi show fish. Just got everything about it in terms of competing in those smaller sizes. Yeah, cracking, harmony, balance, nice shape to it. And I think you'll find that when that sumi forms on the face, yeah, we've got a bit of a fight for this one. People certainly seeing the value and the quality in this fish. Probably one of the most underrated fish, along with that Deutsche Shiro. Guessing we've got a slight bit of a lag because there's some random bids coming in. Again, apologies to everyone. We're currently sat at £220. Let's get the video playing, guys. Further confirm the quality of this fish. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot to not like about that fish. Just absolute balance. We often say that like the Kohaku style pattern isn't everything. But when it works, it works. I mean, just look how that pigment is just sat. So much harmony in that pattern. Real balanced fish. Ginrin superb as well. Just everything about this fish. Sometimes a lot of people say, well, I don't know how the sumi is going to perform. Well, you can see in that spot just behind the shoulder, strong Motoguru in both fins. That's super indicative. And yeah, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. We've got a bit of a fight for this one, guys. A lot of people seeing quality in this. So that's sat at 275 currently, 290 with Tony Quick. Yeah, how exciting. This one is, yeah, proven to be quite popular. And you can see why. I mean, I remember when I used to run the shop, Rin Showa like this, yeah, not easy to come by. Not easy to come by at all. I think if anyone's on the show scene, my advice would be sort of don't rush this fish too much. Just let that sumi solidify, let that benny strengthen, and then, yeah, watch that sumi on the head. Let's just play the video again. Yeah, we've got a lot of fans of this fish. Philip Dykin, £300. Ian Reed, I can see you coming in again over from YouTube just after Phil's bid of £300. Super fish. Tony Quick, £320. Yeah, I don't really know what more to say about this fish. It's just a super example. Right up my street. A little bit more old school in terms of being a bit heavier on the pattern. But again, just wait until that sumi forms on the head. Ian Reed back in. Oh, Tony Quick back in. £330. Lawbreaker, 335. So we've got a real fight on our hands for this one, guys. And yeah, you can see why, to be honest with you. Super fish with quite a lot of potential. Tony trying to edge himself out there, 350 quid, fair play. Currently sat at 350 quid. Any advancements on 350? Ian Reed's another person who's super keen on this fish. 355. Probably the fish that everyone's been most competitive about tonight. Always interesting to see what, you know, hobbyists at home are really interested in. Sometimes we get pleasantly surprised. Sometimes we sort of get unpleasantly surprised. But this is auctions for you guys. So let's just play that video one more time. Tony back in 375. I'm not sure if you guys are on the show scene, but yeah, I think people are seeing quite a lot of potential for this little fish moving forward. So we're currently sat at 375 with Tony Quick. So yeah, you can see Alan Tate there. Big fan of Alan's. I really like the way he talks about fish and everything he brings to the koi hobby. Agree, Chris. Excellent quality with a little bit more time to develop the body and technical elements. Super koi. So yeah, 375 currently. Sat at 375. Any advancements on 375? No problem, Douglas. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Yeah, cracking fish. So we're sat with Tony Quick currently at 375. Any advance on, oh, Lee, oh, Neil, we've got a few people coming in at 380 there. People really don't want to let this one go. So we're sat at 380 currently. Is anyone going to try and move this one forward? Sat at 380. Now sat at 385 with Neil. Now sat at 400 with Lee. Wow, how exciting. Probably don't sound very sincere because I've got quite a boring voice, but I meant that. 400 quid. Any advancements on 400 quid? Just play that video one more time. Hopefully everyone is up to date, but if they won't, I'll just slow this one down slightly because it sounds... So it looks like there's quite a few people interested in this one. So we're currently sat with Lee Hadfield at £400. Super little fish. Tony's back in, 410. Fair play, Tony. You don't want to let this one go. Fair play. Type of fish that don't come around all that often. So we're currently sat at £410. Yeah, I'd love to do this. Oh, Lee, he's gone and done it. He's gone and done it. 520 quid. Wow. Oh, 420. I thought that was, yeah, I thought that was a bit random. So, yeah, let me just get my, yeah, it's okay, Lee. We won't hold you to that. We're sat at £420 with Lee. 420. So I'm guessing there was a bit of a lag there, so we'll just slow down a little bit. Currently sat at £420. I'm going to start to look to call this one. Little show style Rin Showa in the making. Yeah, fair point there. Yeah. We'll let Lee off this one. I think people are on the sherries tonight. A few typos tonight, so yeah, we'll let that one go. So we're currently sat at 420 with Lee. Cracking fish, fair play. You've really seen the value in this fish. So going to start rolling. Oh, we're back. Oh, here we go. We're at it again. We're going to be all night. It's Christmas. Yeah, let's get the beers in. So we're currently sat at 430. 430 was Tony's bid there. Currently sat at 430. I am going to look to start calling this one, guys. Oh, Lee, we're in at 450. So, yeah. So that we've got time to move on to the other lots. I'm going to start calling this. So if anyone has any advances on 450, let yourselves be known. or forever hold your peace. So here we go. Just 450 pounds from Lee Hadfield. Going once, going twice. Sold to Lee. Fair play, guys. That was, yeah, fair play. I think a lot of people really appreciate the quality on that fish, and yeah, it's certainly done it justice on that one. So fair play, Tony. Apologies for that. That's Lee just really wanted that fish. So yeah, thank you for that, guys. That was good fun. Yeah, very gracious of you, Tony. Fair play, buddy. Fair play. Right, need to calm myself down. We're going to move on to another fish, which, Goshiki. Yeah, super clean fish. Honestly, type of fish. Yeah, thank you. No, thank you, Lee. That was good fun. That was. Yeah, this Benny style is just hard to find. Super luminous style Benny. Quite a soft Sumi style at the moment. Douglas curl, seeing some value in that, straight in at 200 quid. Lawbreaker in at 220. Structure, yeah, fair play, Lee, fair play. So we're currently sat at 220 for this fish. When I look at this fish, obviously we select an awful lot of fish to grow and develop. This has just got all the attributes that I want. 230, Surrey Koi there. 240 from Rachel, thank you. It's got all the attributes that I'm looking at to grow Goshiki. Super body line, that Benny quality, you just can't get away from it. It's just outrageous. Then you just need time for the rest of the Sumi grey areas to start darkening, and trust me, it's going to happen. It's not a case of if, it's a case of when. So let's have a look at the video. Yeah, wow. Epic Benny style on that fish. Super little body line, just a really tidy fish. I think when you look at it from a bit of a height, you'll realise that pattern style is going to suit a bit of a bigger frame as well. Nice pattern sat behind, in between the eyes. But yeah, skin, body, pattern style, yeah, super little Goshiki. And I know for a fact that when these types of fish grow at Hiroi, they go for big money. If you've seen any fish come out of the autumn harvest recently from Hiroi, yeah, they fetch big money. So yeah, we're currently sat at 240 with Rachel. Any advancements on 240? Martin in with 260. How are we doing, Marts? Again, old customer of mine, super guy. Just a shame he's a Tottenham fan. Just upgrading his pond currently. So yeah, this will be a nice new addition to that super pond that you're upgrading. Currently sat at 260. Play that video one more time. Yeah, banging fish. So if we've not got too many more people in for this one, we'll start to wrap this one up. Rachel in with 265. I know Martin will be cursing me for that. So fair play, Rachel. 265. Still under market value in my opinion for that sort of quality. We're currently sat at 265. Any advancements? We're looking for 270 to take it. Mart's back in 275. Doesn't want to let this one go. Play that video one more time. Show off that Benny a little bit more. Rachel back in with 280. Currently sat at 280, so looking for 285 to move things forward. When the video stops, I'll be looking to start wrapping this one up. Just a quality piece, it really is. Super, super little fish. So currently sat at 280. I'm going to start to wrap this one up. Marks, if you've not fallen off your chair, let me know if you're interested at 285. So currently sat with Rachel at 280. Yeah, cracking price for a fish of this quality from this farm. So 280 with Rachel, going once, going twice. Sold to Rachel. Thank you very much. I think you'll be pretty happy with that fish. Yeah, not too often you can unearth little gems like that from this farm. So thank you very much. Next up. Oh yeah. Honestly, I haven't got the picture to hand of what this fish looked like. Probably 4 months ago. And a lot of people, I was showing it to customers and they were sort of like, yeah, I like it, but yeah, it's got no sumi on it. And literally it had no sumi on it. Straight in with Lawbreaker there at 120 pounds. But body-wise, size compared to its siblings, skin was the thing that really made this fish stand out. It's got a glowy sort of look about it, and as much as you can't get away from it, well, we've got a few fans of this fish as well. We're up to 160, 170 with Christopher Hutton. My boys Koi Liverpool, 190. Sorry there. It's trying to read and talk at the same time. It's never a good combo for me. Lawbreaker 200. So yeah, as I was saying, hardly any sumi performance on this fish, but because of the skin qualities and the Benny attributes on it, yeah, we decided to sit on the fish and see what happened to it. And yeah, lo and behold, you could see this sumi forming. It's just a lot of people don't want to take that punt, but when the fish start to look like this, yeah. This is where you can sort of beat the breeder if you're sort of looking for fish with a bit of potential. So let's have a look at the video. 200 quid, Lawbreaker. Again, the lighting's been absolutely naff this past week. Apologies for the quality on that video. I think probably the picture does it more justice, but yeah, you see that real intense Motoguru in that pectoral fin. It's just, for me, I'm looking at that and I'm seeing that style of sumi across the fish. You know, pattern's not everything, but it is a lot. And I really do like that little bit of character with that sort of button nose pattern that you've got. I can see this sumi style literally meandering towards the back of the fish. And at that point, you have some super balance. At that point, if this fish hits sort of 40, 45 cm, you're talking big money. There's no doubt about it. Stephen, Pen Koi, 230 quid. Fair play. Seeing some quality and some potential in this one. The type of fish, again, I think if you were to not push this fish, sometimes less is more. It's really going to hold its pigment well and keep advancing that sumi style. So yeah, epic little fish. I've got a really soft spot for this fish. I have done since I spotted it as a young tosai. Just had something about it. Like I say, skin quality, it really did glow. And that's an attribute that is always very high on my agenda because it's difficult to find and have body pattern potential. So sometimes you find skin quality in isolation, but to find the trio, you know, a decent body line, skin quality and pattern, and obviously quality of pigment, especially in Deutsche Showa, not easy to come by. It really isn't. It's not as if you've got a massive selection of Deutsche Showa to choose from. Shiro being one of the Deutsche Showa breeders, if not the Deutsche Showa breeder. So we're currently sat at 2:30 with Steve from Bekko. How are we doing, Steve? I would play the video. Let's play the video one more time. Admittedly, it probably doesn't show the fish off in the best light because it's a bit out of focus and there's a bit of reflection. But for what it's worth, let's play that and we'll start looking to call this one. So again, when I'm looking at this fish, it's all about moving forward, that sumi placement. If you can have that vision of this fish, you can end up with a similar sort of image in your head to that of what I've got. So we're going to start looking to call this one. If we've got any advances on £230, then please let me know now. Hopefully there's not too much lagging going on currently. So yeah, let's look to call this one. 230 quids with Bekko. Oh, Neil, we're in 240. Any advances on 240 for this cracking Deutsche Showa from Shiro? So anyone going to come out and beat 240? We're looking for £5 increments here, guys. So 245 to move things forward. I think as we were close to wrapping it up, we'll start to call it again now. Hopefully we've not got too much of a lag going on. So we're currently sat at £240 with Neil. Cracking price, cracking fish. Everyone will be pretty happy here. Maybe not so much Ricky, but yeah, that's the way it goes. So currently sat at £240 with Neil. We're going once, going twice, and sold to Neil for £240. Fair play. Another fish that I would like to keep tabs on because I think you're going to end up with a little rocket there. So yeah, fair play, Neil. And thank you very much for your support. So let's have a look. We are getting through them now. Just 3 fish left. 4 fish, sorry. Yeah. Fair play, Neil. Fair play. Go and get yourself a beer. Yeah, as well as Goshiki, Rin Goshiki from this farm is just, it's almost effortless for this breeder. It really is. You can see on this fish, again, that classic Shiro Benny style. It's just insane. It just has this sort of luminescent sort of style to it. This particular fish, yeah, pretty solid body on it as well. Big head in terms of, whoa, and straight in there, 150. Fair play, buddy. Fair play. Seeing a bit of potential there. Intricate, fairly set pattern, you know, 2, maybe arguably 3-step pattern. But what you'll find is as the fish gets bigger, these intricacies along the lateral line will become a bit more apparent, and that's where it's going to be a bit more indicative of a bigger fish pattern. And back in with £160. And I like this sort of head shape on this fish as well. Just a really, really clean fish. And where you can see the darkening on the nose, this is what's going to happen on all the grey areas of the fish. And then obviously at that point, you have serious contrast to the fish. So let's get the video up. And back in with £170. Fair play, fair play. Still think at that price, that's, yeah, pretty good value. Is this the one? My eyes are starting to fail me. Yeah, there we go. yeah, you just got to look at that Benny style. It's just, yeah. Yeah, almost looks fake to a degree. The intensity and the sort of richness and luminescence of it is superb. Coupled with that sort of nice Ginrin, just envisage that when it all darkens up, you're going to have some real contrast there. So Anne's back in at 180. Gary, welcome Gary. Maiden bid there, £200. Someone seeing a bit of value in this fish. So we're currently sat at £200. Play the video one more time. I just want to say this live as well. This is the sort of dedication that we've got. My car has now gone over its parking limit. So yeah, I'm now incurring a parking fine, but that's the type of guy I am. Yeah, we're mad for koi, and yeah, if I need to have a parking fine, that's what I'm going to do. So we're currently sat at £200 with Gary. Any advancements on £200? Cracking fish, in my opinion. Hiroi Ginrin Goshiki sat at £200. So I'm going to start looking to call this one unless we've got any advances. Yeah. As Alan said there, my hero. Well, Alan, not all heroes wear capes, my friend. So yeah, thank you. Don't worry, I think I'm gonna have to be passing the the fine on to Ricky Sands. So yeah, that'll be an interesting one when he gets back. Oh, cheers, Tony. Ian Jacks in at £210. Tony there. Well, I could make some money out of this if everyone sends a fiver. So we're currently sat at £210. Sorry, I sort of digressed there a little bit, worrying about the old parking fine. £210. £210 of Ian Jacks. Yeah, good price for this fish, given the qualities, especially from this farm. So Gary, £220. So we're looking for 225 to move this one forward. Any advances on 220? Just in case we've got a bit of a lag, I'm getting a few messages on my phone. I'll slow things down slightly. Hopefully everyone can catch up. Just play that video one last time, guys. Again, body, Benny quality, just a standout style from this farm. It really is. It's a real attribute and trait of this farm. That Benny style, superb. So we're sat at 220 currently with Gary Con. We're going to start looking to wrap this one up, guys. So any advances on 220? So going once, going twice. Sold for £220 to Gary Con. Fair play, Gary. Thank you for the support. Right, we're moving into the last few fish here, guys. Another Deutsche Showa. Again, a fish that literally had no sumi development on it whatsoever, but you could see it sitting underneath the skin. Not quite got the body attributes of the previous fish, so a slightly lower bid of £50 to get us started on this one. But all the same, you could just see where this fish is going pattern-wise. Nice skin. I think the Motoguru will consolidate on the fish as well. So if anyone's interested, start off at £50. Anyone got 50 quid for this one? And Aladdin was 75. Again, Sumi formation. I must admit, I'm a bit of a sucker for a head pattern. I know I shouldn't be. I should try and be a bit objective, but I do get lured in a little bit by a quirky head pattern. More of a preference than an actual technical side of things. £100, Steve from Peng Koi. Seeing some quality in this fish. Let's see if we can get the video rolling. There we go. That's Subo style Sumi. Sumi style sat on the white skin. Again, not my best work this week with the video, so apologies for that. I don't think that really does that too much justice, that fish. Ant back with £110. Fair play. Again, I think, yeah, a little bit of body development on this fish. A little bit lean at the moment, but if you can look past that, then I think at £110, you're sat on a bit of a bargain there. So, yeah, obviously Ant seeing some value in that fish. So we're currently sat at £110. We're looking for any advancements on that. 115, anyone? Anyone with 115? Stephen, back in with 120. Any advancements on 120? So I'll play the video one last time and then I'll be looking to wrap this one up, guys, okay? Christopher Hutton coming in, £125 over from YouTube. It's the current high bid, £125. Any advances on 125, guys? There we go. When the video finishes, I'll be looking to wrap this one up. So current high bids, Christopher Hutton sat over on YouTube. Any advances on 125? We're looking for 130 to keep this one alive. So I'm going to start looking to wrap this one up. So with Christopher Hutton, £125, going once, going twice, sold. Fair play. I think that's an absolute bargain, that is, so fair play. I've just seen your bid come in there, Dave. David, apologies for that. I've got to keep things fair with the lags and the delays. I'm calling it as it is on the screen, so apologies for that. But fair play to Chris there. That's a cracking fish. So let's move on to the penultimate fish. Goshiki. So we've pretty much gone through every style of Goshiki you can get tonight from this farm. This is a bit more, yeah, agreed, Douglas. I think that is a bargain for that Deutsche. This is, yeah, more akin to, well, Douglas straight in again, 150 quid, seeing some value in this Goshiki. Again, more of this sort of cano, sort of asagi-like grey colour on the base of the fish. But again, that luminous style Benny, you just can't get away from it. It's so indicative with this farm. Tony Quickin with 180 quid. Seeing some quality in this fish. Let's see if we can pull the video up. Hopefully I've done this one a bit of justice. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Nice body structure to the fish. Yeah, not really lacking any power throughout. Ian Jackson with £200. Nice big block of Benny at the front of the fish. Again, that base colour, when it darkens, it's just going to add to that contrast. really strengthen the appearance of this fish. So yeah, what's not to like? Goshiki, Hiroi, Douglas in with 205. Tony Quick, 250 quid. 250 quid out on his own there. Fair play. I think that's a bit more. I think that's a bit more reflective of a fish of this sort of quality. Ironically, you can see the fish above my shoulder there, Goshiki. Not from Hiroi, but the Benny style, very, very similar. Where I say it's quite akin to the Kano style Goshiki, this one. Ian Jacks, 260. Seeing some value in this fish. Tony Quick back, 270. Doesn't want to let go of this one. Or are we going to have another Rin Showa scenario on our hands? Currently sat at 270. Let's play the video one more time. I'm sure everyone's quite bored of listening to me tonight. But thank you for the support and thanks for taking the time to get involved, guys. Douglas back with 275. Any advancements on 275? Ian back with 280. Few people don't want to let this fish go. Skin quality, luminous style Benny. It just really sets Hiroi fish apart. So we're currently sat at 280. Going to be looking to wrap this one up, guys. Tony back with 290. There we go. Another comment from the main man, Alan, there. See if we can pull that up. Cheers, Steve. All Goshiki tonight have had really good body structure. This one slightly better. Yeah. Can't really disagree with Alan on anything that he says, but yeah, certainly a bit fuller on the body on this one. Physically bigger fish. Douglas out. Tony leading the way at the moment with 290. I'm going to look to start wrapping this one up, guys, and then we're going to move on to the final fish. So we're currently sat at 290. Ian back in with 300. Yeah, people really don't want to let go of this fish. Clean Goshiki, just, yeah, it's always high on people's agenda to get a nice quality Goshiki, but trouble is they don't come cheap. And the breeders know this as well. Hiroi in particular, if you look at his Nisai Goshiki, yeah, they can fetch a real penny, they can. So we're going to look to wrap this one up. Ian was sat at £300. I'm going to start looking to call this, guys. £300 with Ian Jacks. We're going once. Tony, if you're in, let me know, buddy. Fair play, Tony. So looks like, Ian, this is your fish. Going once for £300. Going twice. Sold. £300. Fair play. Great fish. And yeah, I think you'll be pretty happy with that one. You know what's nice to see as well, guys, is, you know, if people aren't successful, it's nice to see the comments on the side sort of saying fair play, congratulations. It's, yeah, there's not a lot of bitterness, or not that I can see anyway. So yeah, fair play to you for making it a nice environment for everyone. It's nice to see. It certainly makes my job a little bit easier. Last fish of the night, guys. I haven't got a video for this one, annoyingly. Light got the better of me. But there you go. About as quirky as they get. Deutsche Showa from Hiroi. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about this fish. I mean, just the pattern alone, it's absolutely wild. Proper strip back style, Deutsche Showa. I think we might have a fight on for this one. Douglas straight in with £200 there. So we're looking at £5 increments. yeah, you've just got to sit back and wait for the sumi to develop on this fish. And when it does, it's just going to transform the fish. Body style is a bit more compact on this fish. But yeah, it's just, yeah, pattern for this fish. But pigment as well. Dave, 250. Yeah. You're not going to see too many Deutsche Showa of this style. Sorry, just catching up with the comments. Let's have a look. Douglas back in, 255. I mean, yeah, I can see in some of the comments there that, yeah, this he's going to be a bit of a weapon once that sumi comes through. Proper strip back style, yeah, Kindai style, Deutsche Showa. The white ground is superb, and that's what's going to set this fish, the tone for this fish. The sumi is going to be incredible when it comes through, but that foundation of that white skin is just going to yeah, help all the other pigment qualities in this fish. So we've got a few guys in for this one. Looks like Ant Allen has just come in. 270 is the current high bid. There we go. Ryan, Ricky's brother, commenting there. It's all about the sumi. I think, yeah, hard to disagree there. When that comes through, that's going to transform that fish. 275. It's these types of fish. When that sumi does come through, it's going to change the value of this fish massively. Simple as. Tony Quick, 300 quid. So we've got a bit of a fight on our hands. Sumi on the face will be nice. Yeah, 100%. You can see it there. Real thick black memoir forming on the head there. And that real quirky style belly pattern just behind the shoulder. Yeah, super. So we're currently sat at £300 with Tony Quick. He said he was in for this fish. He's a man of his word. 300 quid. Any advances on £300? No video on this one, unfortunately, guys, but I can assure you the quality on this fish is superb. I think the picture more than does this fish justice. So we're sat at £300. David in with 330. Any advances on 330 for what I think will be a little bit of a weapon moving forward? Again, probably not going to be the biggest fish on the planet, but yeah, it's Tony back in 350. I can see why people are interested in this fish. You just don't come across Deutsche Showa of this sort of style very often. So yeah, it's a type of fish that is going to be extremely eye-catching, and I can see why people are interested in it. So we've been going for quite a while now, guys. So I'm going to look to wrap this one up very shortly. Hopefully everyone is up to date and there's not too much lagging going on. So any advances on £350? We're looking for 355 to keep this one alive. Currently sat with Tony at 350. Fair play, Tony. You said you wanted it, and it looks like you're going to grab it, buddy. Very pleased for you. So we're going to start to look to wrap this one up. So sat with Tony Quick for £350. We are going once at £350. Going twice, £350. Sold to Tony for £350. Fair play. I think you've probably purchased one of the most unique fish of the night, and I would challenge most people to find a quirkier looking Deutsche Showa for that sort of money. So fair play, guys. Let me just pull that down. And yeah, just from me, sincere thanks for tonight. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the kind comments. It doesn't come that naturally to me, this sort of jazz, and hopefully I've not bored people too much. You know, people that know me will really understand what koi means to me, and it's, you know, a pleasure to be hosting these events and yeah, being trusted with holding events like this. And yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'll probably be doing in the podcast studio in a not too different future. So keep an ear out over Christmas. We'll probably be doing a Christmas special, a New Year special. So yeah, thanks very much. Thanks very much for all the kind comments, and I'll see you on the next one. If you were fortunate to win anything tonight, please make sure you get in touch with me, and we'll sort the rest out. All right, guys, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.